MANU by Joyce. 3 days had not been much time for Manu to get ready for the important interview. A young man who had grown up in a war-torn country, he had worked hard to pass the intense course. Now he must pass the interview, in English, so that he could apply for a refugee visa. His dream was to live in Australia. English was the key. The past year, he'd worked hard to learn the language, but he was suspicious of a language that had many meanings for some words. He wondered, had they run out of words? Unable to always understand the teacher, Manu concentrated so hard he got headaches. Still, he was often unsure of what was said. He'd been told Australian authorities did not want people with disabilities. Would they look for any reason to reject applicants? These thoughts tumbled through his mind as he sat on the schoolroom floor waiting several hours for his interview. 1 year ago, he'd arrived at the North African camp as a refugee. Stolen from his family when he was 11, he had been forced to be a child soldier for years until finally he escaped. While on the run, he discovered his entire village had disappeared. His missing family was now like a mirage he could never reach. Life at the camp was filled with noise, uncouth guards who made everyone fearful, never enough food, long lines to use putrid toilets, covered by a fog of effluent stench. "This is not my forever life," he told himself daily. At night, violent memories of battles and gunfire competed for his attention, with the real sounds of wailing children, people yelling or crying out, the soundtrack of his life. One day, he hoped to know what silence was. Sitting on the schoolroom floor, Manu recited English words he hoped would save him. They could ask anything in the interview. He must be ready. "Manu!" a man called, ushering him into a small room. The examiner, a local government man, sat at a desk. He read a list of questions, asked Manu about his education, his skills, then English vocabulary. "What is a volcano?" Manu: "A mountain that goes boom." "What does magnetic mean?" Manu: "It comes from the volcano when it goes boom." A small chuckle. Then, "What is flowery?" Manu: "How much of the magnetic will flow from the volcano?" The tester laughed. "You are a very funny man. You must be very good at English to make jokes so clever." Manu smiled and tried to see the joke. The constant ringing in his ears always made hearing difficult. He hoped his lip reading had not let him down again. But he nearly collapsed with relief when the man took out a stamp and with a flourish smacked it against the papers in front of him, stamped another page, then handed it to Manu. "You passed. Give this to the man outside. He will put you on the list for a visa."